Rock bottom is not the end, it's a solid foundation to rebuild. These words may seem simple, but they hold immense power, especially when we feel like life has pushed us to the edge. When we hit rock bottom, it often feels like everything is collapsing. The dreams we nurtured, the relationships we valued, the hopes we held on to, all seem to slip away, leaving behind a void. We feel stuck, shattered, and unsure of how to move forward. But what we often fail to realize in those dark moments is that rock bottom strips away the illusions. It clears the noise. It forces us to confront ourselves, not who the world wants us to be, but who we truly are. Muniba Mazari's life is a testament to this truth. When she met with the car accident that left her paralyzed, it wasn't just her body that broke. It was her identity, her dreams, and her plans for the future. For a moment, life seemed to have come to a full stop. But it was in that silence, in that stillness, that something extraordinary began. She found the courage to redefine her story, not by denying her pain, but by using it as a stepping stone. That wheelchair, which the world saw as a symbol of limitation, became her platform of strength. She didn't rise in spite of her fall. She rose because of it. Rock bottom teaches us things that success and comfort never can. It humbles us, it grounds us, it brings us face to face with our vulnerabilities, and yet it shows us that we are more resilient than we ever believed. When we are stripped of everything, we realize what truly matters. We begin to see life with clearer eyes. We start to appreciate the small victories, the gentle kindness of others, and the quiet strength that begins to grow within us. We learn to stop chasing perfection and start embracing progress. In a world that often celebrates the highlights, the victories, and the successes, we rarely talk about the power of falling. But falling has its own wisdom. It teaches us who is really there for us. It reveals our inner strength. It gives us the opportunity to rebuild with more intention, more authenticity, and more courage. Hitting rock bottom may feel like the end, but it's really the beginning of something real, something raw, honest, and deeply meaningful. When everything is taken from us, we are given the gift of starting from scratch. And in that space of nothingness, we get to ask us the most important questions. Who am I without the titles, without the roles, without the expectations? What do I truly value? What kind of life do I want to create from here? These questions don't come when life is smooth and comfortable. They come when we are cracked open, when we are forced to look within. And that is where transformation begins. There is something strangely beautiful about being broken. In the cracks, light enters. In the silence, truth speaks. In the ashes of our old selves, a new version of us slowly begins to rise. A version that is wiser, stronger, more compassionate, and more aligned with what truly matters. We stop living to impress and start living with purpose. We stop running and start feeling. We stop hiding and start healing. Muniba Mazari did not become an artist, a speaker, and a changemaker in spite of her accident. She became those things because of it. Because rock bottom gave her a new lens. It gave her the chance to reconnect with her soul, to unlearn the lies she was told, and to write her own story. And that is what rock bottom offers to all of us. The chance to pause, reflect, and begin again. Not as who we were, but as who we were always meant to be. Every setback carries the seed of a greater comeback. At first, this idea might sound like a comforting phrase meant to ease the pain of failure. But when we truly reflect on our journeys, we begin to understand how setbacks are often disguised as blessings. Painful, yes, but powerful too. When life throws us off course, it doesn't always mean we're being punished. Sometimes we're being redirected. Sometimes we're being prepared for something greater than we imagined. Setbacks are part of every human experience. They show up as rejection, failure, loss, heartbreak, disappointment, moments when things don't go according to plan. These experiences can break our confidence, make us question our worth, and leave us wondering if we'll ever recover. But what we don't always see in that moment is how these setbacks are shaping us, refining us, and building the very resilience we'll need to rise higher. Take Muniba Mazari's story, for instance. Before her accident, she had a simple dream: to live a quiet, conventional life. But life had something else in store. That terrible accident, the one that paralyzed her from the waist down, could have easily been the end of her dreams. She could have chosen to give up. And for a while, she did struggle. She went through despair, frustration, and hopelessness. But within that painful setback was a seed, a hidden opportunity. Not one that was visible immediately, but one that began to grow slowly as she started to embrace her new reality. That seed blossomed into a purpose-driven life, one where she became a voice for those who feel unseen and unheard. Her accident didn't take her life away. It gave her a new life, a greater one that was filled with meaning, with courage, and with impact. And that's the nature of comebacks. They don't erase the pain of the setback, but they give the pain a purpose. They transform suffering into strength and loss into legacy. We often underestimate the strength that is born in silence, in solitude, in suffering. Setbacks force us to confront who we are when no one is watching. They strip away the noise and reveal the raw truth. And in that truth, we begin to grow. We begin to see that maybe the path we were on wasn't the one meant for us. Maybe the door that closed wasn't a rejection, but a redirection towards something better. Maybe the plan falling apart was the universe's way of asking us to dream bigger. Setbacks also humble us. They remind us that we don't have control over everything, and that's okay. We learn to let go of perfection, to surrender to the unknown, and to trust the process. We start valuing growth over comfort, effort over outcome, and progress over perfection. And in doing so, we become more patient, more persistent, and more powerful. The beauty of setbacks lies in their ability to teach us what success never could. Success often makes us feel invincible, but setbacks remind us that we are human, vulnerable, evolving, and capable of immense transformation. They make us dig deep, push harder, and find strength we didn't know we had. They also connect us to others because everyone has faced pain. When we rise after a fall, we inspire others to do the same. In Muniba's case, her setback became her platform. Her wheelchair became her strength. Her voice, once silent with pain, became loud with purpose. And the world listened, not because she never fell, but because she got back up. Over and over again. That's what a true comeback looks like. It's not always glamorous or instant. It's often slow, painful, and filled with doubt. But it's also filled with growth, wisdom, and quiet power. Every time we're knocked down, we are being prepared for something greater. The seed of the comeback is planted the moment we decide not to give up. It grows each time we take a small step forward, each time we choose hope over despair, and each time we choose to believe in ourselves again. And when that seed finally blossoms, it creates a story far more powerful than one without struggle, a story of grit, grace, and growth. Starting over is a sign of strength, not failure. In a world that glorifies consistency, predictability, and unbroken paths, the idea of beginning again is often misunderstood. People are taught to fear change, to view letting go as weakness, and to see starting from scratch as a setback rather than a bold move forward. But the truth is, it takes immense courage to begin again. It takes strength to walk away from what no longer serves you, to admit that something isn't working, and to choose growth over comfort. When we start over, we are not discarding our past, we are building on it. Every experience, every mistake, every loss adds to the foundation we carry into the next chapter. Starting over doesn't mean we failed. It means we've learned. It means we are brave enough to rise from what tried to break us and wise enough to know we deserve better. Starting over is not a sign that we are lost. It's a sign that we are finding our way. This time with more clarity, intention, and authenticity. Muniba Mazari's life is a profound example of this. Her journey was not one of uninterrupted success. It was filled with abrupt turns, unexpected tragedies, and painful pauses. The accident that changed her life forever didn't just take away her physical mobility. It demanded that she start life over in every possible way. Everything she once knew, her body, her relationships, her dreams, had to be reimagined. Instead of giving up, she made a choice. A choice to start again, to rebuild, to redefine, to recreate her purpose and identity. And that is strength. The kind of strength that doesn't roar, but rises in quiet determination. Starting over asks us to believe in possibilities again. It asks us to trust ourselves enough to try. That in itself is powerful, because it's much easier to stay where we are, even if we're unhappy, than to venture into the unknown. The moment we decide to start again, we are saying, we're seeing the end of my story. We are saying, there is more inside me. there is more inside me. There is more to come. There's a beauty in the blank page. A new beginning means a chance to rewrite, to reinvent, to do things differently. It's a moment of rebirth, not regret. When we start over, we take with us all the lessons life has taught us. The strength built in pain, the wisdom shaped by loss, the courage formed in solitude. We are not the same people we were before. We are more seasoned, more aware, and more ready than ever. Often, society pressures us to stick to one path, to follow a linear road, to avoid the discomfort of starting anew. But growth is never linear. Healing is never straightforward. And dreams don't always follow a straight line. Sometimes starting over is the only way forward. It's how we realign with who we are and what we truly want. It's how we break free from the expectations of others and begin to live life on our own terms. Muniba didn't choose the life she was given, but she chose what to do with it. She chose to become an artist, a motivational speaker, a voice for change, all of which required her to start from a place of brokenness and uncertainty. But she did it, not because it was easy, but because she had the strength to believe that her new beginning held value, purpose, and beauty. And through her journey, she showed the world that starting over is not a weakness. It's a powerful declaration of hope. Choosing to begin again is an act of faith. Faith in the unknown, faith in the process, faith in oneself. It is saying, I trust that even though I don't have all the answers, I have enough strength to take the next step. And every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward healing, toward growth, toward becoming. Starting over doesn't mean we have lost our way. It means we are brave enough to find a new one that reflects who we've become and what we now know.